Everyone thought my dad died of a heart attack until I played his final voice recording. When my dad died, everyone said it was peaceful. A heart attack in his sleep. The kind of death people wish for. He was only 54, but the town spoke about him like a saint. Hardworking, quiet man, devoted father. The sort of lines people say when they don't really know someone. Just the surface of their routine. I knew the truth, or at least I thought I did. He'd been tired for years, brittle around the edges, hiding debts and disappointment behind polite nods. The funeral was crowded. I remember the smell of lilies thick in the air and the pastor talking about God's timing. My mother sat stone still, like if she blinked too long, the whole story might collapse. I stood beside her, trying to match her calm, though my chest felt hollowed out. He'd left a single voicemail on my phone that night, time-stamped at 10:37 p.m., about an hour before he died. I hadn't listened to it yet. People said I shouldn't. Let the dead rest. But curiosity scratches louder than grief. The night after the funeral, I lay in bed and finally pressed play. His voice came through, strained but clear. If anything happens to me, check the shed. Don't trust your mother. Then a sound like a door opening, a sharp inhale and silence. I stared at the ceiling until dawn, replaying the message over and over. The words didn't fit the man I'd buried, but the fear in his voice was real, and it rewired everything I thought I knew about that night. Our shed was more of a storage tomb. Rusted tools, boxes of Christmas lights, the lawnmower that hadn't worked since 2019. I went out there 2 days after the funeral while Mom was taking calls from the insurance people. The air smelled like damp wood and gasoline. I moved things around, half expecting nothing. Then, behind a loose plank, I found a black flash drive taped to the wall. I took it inside, hid in my room, and plugged it into my laptop. Inside were folders labeled Receipts, Photos, and one called Truth. The last one had audio files, numbered 1 through 7. My dad's voice filled my room again, quieter this time. He talked about the company, about shipments, falsified reports, and a partner who'd been threatening him. I recognized the partner's name, Martin Hale, the man who gave the eulogy, who'd hugged me too tightly at the service. The final file cut off mid-sentence, right as he said, "She's in on it too." My stomach dropped. She. My mother. I wanted to unhear it, but the words hung in the air. Rearranging 12 years of marriage arguments, late-night phone calls, and whispered numbers I'd never understood. The grief in me curdled into something sharper. Suspicion. I started quietly, logged into Dad's email using the old password he used for everything. My birthday with an exclamation point. Buried in his inbox were messages between him and Martin about missing funds, fake accounts, and a cover story in case the audits caught up. The date of the last email matched the night he died. Mom caught me printing something and asked what I was doing. I said, schoolwork. But she stared too long, eyes flicking to the printer like she could see the words bleeding through the paper. That night, I overheard her on the phone, whispering, "It's handled. She doesn't know anything." I didn't sleep at all. The next morning, I took the flash drive to the police. They promised to review it thoroughly. Days passed. Nothing. Then Martin called me. He said he was checking in, but the tone was wrong, too soft, too rehearsed. "You shouldn't dig into things that'll only hurt you," he said. I hung up and threw up in the sink. That's when I realized no one else was going to uncover what happened. My dad had left the breadcrumbs for me, and only me. It wasn't until I checked the voice memo app on his old phone that I found the last piece. A recording labeled Final, created an hour before his death. I pressed play and sat perfectly still. Dad's voice came through, low and uneven. "If you're hearing this, they got to me. Martin and your mother. They said the insurance payout would fix everything. I thought I could outsmart them, but I was wrong. They're going to stage it. A heart attack. Don't let them say it was natural." Then came muffled shouting, a crash, and the sound of someone gasping. A woman's voice, hers, cold and steady. "It's done." The recording ended. I sent the file to the detective with no message attached. The arrest came 2 weeks later. both charged with insurance fraud, conspiracy, and manslaughter. The news ran his photo under the headline, Business Scandal Uncovered by Daughter. They never mentioned the voicemail that started it all. People still tell me how peaceful his passing looked. I just nod. Peaceful isn't the same as quiet. And now I know the sound of truth when it finally speaks. Ragged, breaking, impossible to unhear.